In this Playwright video, I will talk about how to perform data-driven testing in Playwright with TypeScript using Excel file. So firstly, we are going to install the plugin called Excel SX. Then we will create the Excel file with the test data. Then we are going to create a utility function which is going to read the Excel file, and then we will be creating the new spec file. And once we have created a spec file, so we will call the utility function in the spec file, and after getting the each and every set of test data from the Excel file, we are going to pass on to the Playwright test. Here I will go to the VS Code and I will start installing the plugin. Here you need to go to the terminal, and here you need to add the command called npm followed by install and then Excel SX. So that's it. So we are installing the Excel SX library. So we are done with installation. Now let's create the test data file. So already I have created a test data file. So let me copy this file and I will put it inside the test-data and QA folder, and I will go inside the QA folder here and I'll paste it. So that's it, guys. We are done with creating the test data file. So let's open the test data file now here, and if you see here, guys, so just I have added two columns, skill 1 and skill 2, and then I have added three sets of test data here, right? So like this you can add n number of columns like this, and you can also add the n number of sets of test data here like this. Okay, so as of now I have added only two columns and three sets of test data. So this is all about the test data. Now let's quickly create the TypeScript file inside the src folder. So firstly I'm creating the one folder called utils, and inside the utils I'm creating the file called excel helper.ts. So in this TypeScript file, so firstly we need to import the Excel SX plugin. Then we are going to define the test data structure. Then third thing is we are going to create the method which is going to read our Excel file. So here I'll say to read Excel file. So let's start with the importing the Excel SX library. So here I'll say import as star. So here I'm giving the alias name as Excel. From then here I will specify our Excel SX plugin. So that's it. And similarly I will import the fs also to read our Excel file. Import fs from fs. So that's it, guys. We are done with import. Now let's define the test data structure. So here I'm creating the one interface called test record. So that's it. And inside this interface we are going to define all the column names. So in our case we have the skill 1, which will accept the type of data is string. So similarly, let's add the skill 2 as well. So here this particular field also will be accepting the type of data is string type. So that's it, guys. So we are done with defining the test data structure also. So if you look at this particular Excel file, right? So which contains just 2 columns. So if you are added multiple columns, you need to specify all the columns inside this particular interface. Let's start creating the utility function which is going to read our Excel file. So firstly I will say export and followed by function and then function name as read Excel file. So this is going to accept one parameter called file path of type string. So that's it, guys. So let's list out here what are the steps we are going to do it within this utility function. So firstly, we will read the Excel file as a binary string. Then by using the binary string, we are going to parse into the workbook. So parse into the workbook, and by using the workbook we are going to get the first sheet. So here will say get first sheet, and once we have the first sheet, so I will convert this sheet data into the, so here will say convert sheet into JSON. Then once we are having the data in the form of JSON, that is into the raw data, I will convert our raw data into our test record type. Then finally we will return our test record from the read Excel file. So here I will start with reading the Excel file by using our fs dot read file sync. Then so this will accept the file path as a parameter. Then we will assign back to the one constant variable called file. Now I will use our Excel SX library, and then here I am calling to the method called read, so which will accept the binary string as the parameter. So here I will pass the file to the read method. So this is going to return me the workbook type, and I will assign back to the constant variable called workbook. Now by using this workbook I can get the first sheet from the Excel file. So here I'll say workbook dot sheets, and inside the sheets again I will use the workbook dot sheet names. So here I will specify the 0 index. So here I am specifying the 0 so that I can get the first sheet from the Excel file. So this is going to return us the sheet type. So that's the reason I will assign back to the one variable called sheet. So that's it, guys. Now let's convert sheet into the JSON. So again I will use the Excel import, then I will call to the method called utils dot. So here you need to use the sheet to JSON. So you need to call to this particular method and you need to pass the two parameters. First one is the sheet and second one is you need to pass the object and that contains the which row contains the header values. So here I'll say header colon 1 because first row contains the header names. So that's the reason here I'm adding the header colon first. That's it guys. Now I will assign back to the any type of array. Then here I'm creating the another variable called raw data. So here basically what I'm doing is, so firstly we are converting the Excel sheet data into the JSON and also I'm adding the sheet and also I'm passing the header where exactly it is present. And this is going to return me the any type of data in the form of array. So that's the reason I'm assigning the type of data this particular variable contains is any type of array of values. So that's it guys. Now let's convert the raw data into the test record types, whatever we have defined the test data structure. So let's use the raw data. By using the raw data, here I'm calling to the method called slice and I'm passing the value as 1 because I don't want to read the first, I don't want to consider the first row header name as the test data. So that's it guys. Now next you need to call to the method called map and inside the map also you need to define the one variable called column. And I'm defining the type is any type of data here. Then here is a callback function. Sorry guys. So let me go back here. So let me add the another open and close brackets here. So that's it guys. So inside this what we have to do is we have to specify the which column contains the which header, right? So we have the two headers. One is skill 1 and here I'll use the column. So skill 1 is present in the column 0th, right? Similarly, so we have the skill 2 in the column 2. So I will copy the same thing once again. So let me pass it as a colon here. So similarly, I will pass the skill 2 where exactly it is present in the Excel file. So let me add the column name as, header name as skill 2. So it's very simple guys. Now again I will assign back to the, so after getting the data in the form of key and respective value, so I will convert this into the our test record type, whatever we have defined the test data structure, right? So this will be an array after reading the all the test data. So here I'll say array. Then similarly, I will assign back to the another variable called records. So this will have the array of records. This particular records variable contains the test record type of array of values, right? Then finally I will return the records variable here by using the return statement. So that's it guys. We are done with implementing the utility function that will read the Excel file and which will convert into the our test data structure. So far what we have done is, firstly we have installed the Excel SX plugin, then we have created a test data file, then we have created the Excel helper TypeScript file. So here we have implemented the one utility function called read Excel file, right? So which will accept the file path. So let's quickly create the spec file. Then we will call to this particular method and we have to pass the file path. So here I will go to the chapter 5 and already we have created the one spec file in the previous Playwright tutorial called 03 data driven testing using csv.spec.ts file. So simply I will copy this spec file and I will paste it in the same folder. Then let's rename the spec file. So here I'll say 04 data driven testing excel.spec.ts. So that's it. So here I will go to our spec file. So let me maximize this window. So here I will keep only the path import. So we need a path to get our Excel file path. So I will delete the rest of the stuffs here. So that's it guys. Now what I will do is, so firstly we have to import our utility function, right? So this particular function we have to import it in our spec file. So let's import it by using the import, and here I'll say read Excel file. So that's it. Now by using the path I will get our Excel file path. So here I'll say path dot join, and inside this here I'll say directory name, then I'll put comma. So here we have to specify the location of our Excel file. So this Excel file is present inside the test-data QA, and we have the test data.excel sx. So let's specify the path of that. So here I'll say two dots slash test-data slash QA slash test data dot excel sx. So that's it guys. So we are done with getting the Excel file path. Then I will assign back to the variable called file path. So now we have the file path. So let's call to the method called read Excel file, and here we have to pass the Excel file path. So I'll pass the file path variable here. So this is going to return us the test records. So that's the reason I'm creating the variable called records. So that's it guys. It's very simple now. So here we are getting the Excel file path. Then we are passing Excel file path into the read Excel file. So this particular function is going to return us the all the test data from this Excel file, right? So if you see our spec file, so already we are using the records. So here we are using the for of loop. By using the for of loop, we are iterating through the all the test data, right? So here I'm using the record dot skill 2. So let's pass the skill 1. So if I'm passing the skill 1, whenever our first time test is running, so our test will be searching with the Playwright by tester stock, and whenever second time our test is running, so we are going to search in the Google with the Cypress by tester stock and so on, right? So let's pass the skill 1 here. So here I'll say record dot skill 1. So similarly, so this is where we are just providing the unique name of the test title. Then, so mainly we are searching with the some keywords, different keywords. So that is what we are getting it from the Excel file. So in the 20th line, so here we are searching with the keywords. So whatever we have provided in the our Excel file. Then we are clicking on the playlist here. Then finally we are validating the web page title, right? So that's it guys. We are done with the implementation of data driven testing using Excel file. Now let's run the test. So first time our test is running. So we are searching with the Playwright by tester stock. This time we are searching with Cypress by tester stock, and this time we are searching with API testing by tester stock, right? And if you see here guys, so our tests are perfectly working fine. There are no issues. So again, so this time we will pass the skill 2, and if you look at this skill 2, so firstly we should be able to search with the JavaScript by tester stock. Second time we should be able to search with Postman by tester stock. Third time we should be able to search with rest assured by tester stock. Let's pass the skill 2 this time. So here I'll say record dot skill 2. So that's it guys. Now let's run the test once again. So our test is running, and if you see here guys, second test is running I guess. Now we are able to search with Postman by tester stock, and this time we are searching with rest assured by tester stock, right? So if you see here, so our tests are working fine. So let's check the Playwright test report also. So here I'll open the index.html report, and here you can see that so we are able to perform the data driven testing using Excel file in Playwright with TypeScript, correct?